Good evening and welcome to Mega News at 6. We are coming to you live on satellite and digital platforms and also streaming live on Facebook and YouTube via MBN 360. I am Diana Mamli Sakite and here are the major headlines. President Mahama praises Garmanche's resilience at Thanksgiving service after OT region accident. Business. Energy sector resilience despite recent power outages. And international news, Russian fighters confirm withdrawal from northern Mali city after separatist attacks. These and many more stories coming up shortly. Speech delivered on behalf of President highlights unity, faith and national leadership following a fatal accident.
A message delivered on behalf of the President, John Dramani Mahama, has commended the strength and resilience of His Royal Majesty King Takite Kochu II during a Thanksgiving service held in Accra after the Garmanche survived a recent accident in the OT region. The solemn yet celebratory service took place at the Holy Trinity Cathedral on Sunday, April 26, 2026, drawing traditional leaders, government officials, clergy, and members of the Ga state. The Garmanche was involved in the accident while returning from an official visit to the northern region, where he had paid a courtesy call on the overlord of Dagbon, Yana Abukari II. In the speech, the president described the survival of the Garmanche as a testament to divine grace and protection, emphasizing the importance of gratitude and faith in times of adversity.
The President, John Dramani Mahama, has asked me to speak directly to you, Niga, from his heart to yours. Do not be discouraged. God is not finished with you. Though your best days of leadership are still ahead of you. The best days of your kingship are still ahead of you. Isaiah 40:31 promises that those who wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength and mount up with wings as eagles. And Joshua 1 commands, be strong and courageous, for the Lord your God is with you. Wherever you go, Niga, these promises are yours this afternoon. Forge on, move ahead, be steady and focus, Niga. Your counsel is still needed. Ghana walks with you and beside you. Ghana will always walk beside you. On behalf of His Excellency, President John Dramani Mahama, the First Lady, the government and all the people of the Republic of Ghana, we say, Ni, welcome. We are grateful to God and we will sing a new song today. We will celebrate your life today and always.
The statement further underscored the Garmanche's role in fostering unity and cultural identity, not only within the Ga state, but across Ghana, especially through engagements with other traditional authorities such as the Dagbon Kingdom. The Thanksgiving service was marked by prayers, hymns, and reflections, with clergy calling for continued peace, unity, and protection for national leaders. Dignitaries present expressed relief at the Garmanche's recovery and used the occasion to reaffirm the importance of collaboration between traditional institutions and the state.
In other stories, Ghana has taken a major step towards digital transformation with the launch of its National Artificial Intelligence Strategy.
The initiative is expected to drive innovation, improve service delivery, and position the country as a leader in AI development across Africa. The National AI Strategy sets out a roadmap for integrating artificial intelligence into key sectors including agriculture, healthcare, and education. At the launch, the President, John Dramani Mahama, highlighted the need to balance innovation with responsibility, stressing that ethical considerations must guide the adoption of AI technologies. Experts say the strategy comes at a crucial time as countries around the world race to harness the benefits of AI while managing its risks. Speaking with El Samuels via phone on Mega TV News Review on Saturday, the Director for Grants and Research at Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Professor Kponyo Jerry John, says the policy could transform Ghana's economy if properly implemented.
AI enhances productivity by 50%. So by 2035, we have health systems that are working, and you are going to be spending not so much time and so many delays in our health system. People can access quality health care irrespective of their location. When it comes to agriculture, we are enhancing our productivity. Our educational system is such that we are churning out graduates and churning out people who are developing solutions that are not just relevant here in Ghana, but we even are exporting these even outside. In 2035, we are looking at solutions that are beneficial, and we actually are able to appreciate it in our own language. One of the things that was talked about is setting up even a center for natural language processing, where we actually are able to appreciate technology in our own language. And so we look at 2035, and we are looking at a society where everybody speaks the language of AI, and AI is enhancing our productivity significantly.
The strategy also addresses concerns around data privacy, job displacement, and the need for a strong regulatory framework. It's further emphasizing investment in digital skills and local innovation to ensure that Ghanaians fully benefit from the AI revolution. Implementation of the strategy will require collaboration between government, academia, and industry stakeholders.
Away from that, the Minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection, Honorable Dr. Agnes Namo Molati, has deepened collaboration with traditional leaders after holding high-level talks with the Queen Mothers Association, made up of representatives from all 16 regions of Ghana.
The meeting is focused on advancing gender equality and strengthening community-led development efforts. The delegation, led by its president, Nana Utubia II, outlined the association's mandate, noting that it unites gazetted Queen Mothers nationwide to promote inclusivity, grassroots development, and greater participation in national decision-making. The group also reaffirmed its readiness to partner with the government in delivering impactful initiatives across their respective traditional areas. The association highlighted its advocacy role in supporting the passage of the Affirmative Action Act and commended the minister for her leadership. Members further called for deeper engagement and stronger representation in governance structures to enhance their contributions to national development. In response, Dr. Lati expressed appreciation for the visit and reiterated the government's commitment to inclusive growth. She stressed that sustainable development depends on the active involvement of key stakeholders, particularly traditional leaders, and noted that the ministry is implementing targeted interventions such as LEAP and the Ghana School Feeding Program. She also urged Queen Mothers to champion women's participation in the upcoming district assembly elections, describing their role as critical to achieving gender parity at local level.
Also, policy experts in Ghana are calling for a shift from cannabis prohibition to regulation, exciting potential economic gains and expanding medical applications.
The proposals presented at an industry conference in Accra outline a structured transition towards decriminalization, market development, and public health safeguards. Professor Paul Alagidede, an advocate for the decriminalization of the cannabis prohibition and a policy expert, presented a 5-point policy framework at the 5th Rastafari Cannabis Conference. He said the approach combined regulatory reform with safeguards to address dependency risk while enabling medical and industrial use of cannabis. The first proposal calls for full decriminalization, removing criminal penalties for personal use, possession, and small-scale cultivation supported by a public health framework. A second pathway focuses on cultural recognition, including legal protection for Rastafari, sacramental use, and indigenous cannabis practices. The third recommends equity-based licensing, prioritizing local farmers and cooperatives over foreign investors in the emerging cannabis industry. A fourth pathway centers on reparative justice, including expungement of past convictions and reinvestment of enforcement savings into affected communities. The fifth pathway is for the states to invest in Guinean cannabis science and lead efforts towards a continental African framework, Professor Alagidede said. He cited existing legislation, noting that Section 4.3 of the Narcotics Control Commission Act 2020, Act 1019, permits licensed cultivation of cannabis with THC content not exceeding 0.3% for industrial and medicinal purposes, while maintaining a ban on recreational use. Professor Alagidede argued that prohibition has not achieved its intended outcomes, pointing to sustained usage rates estimated at about 21.5% among people aged 15 to 64. He said cannabis has recognized medical applications, including in the treatment of chronic pain, certain forms of epilepsy, and chemotherapy-induced nausea. Professor Alagidede said the cannabis value chain presented significant economic opportunities, estimating that regulated cultivation, processing, and exports could generate between 2.1 billion and 15.5 billion Ghana cedis annually. Mr. Sedem Ofori, a researcher and anti-prohibition advocate, said the government should reclassify medical and industrial cannabis as an agricultural industrial commodity. He noted that cannabis use persists despite criminalization, including within prisons, and argued that enforcement imposes a financial burden on the state.
Meanwhile, doctors at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology are raising concerns that children in Ghana continue to die from pneumonia despite the disease being preventable through routine vaccination.
The warning comes amid World Immunization Week, observed globally from April 24 to April 30, as health experts intensify calls for stronger public education and improved vaccination coverage across the country. Medical experts say vaccines that protect against pneumonia, meningitis, measles, and other life-threatening infections remain widely available and free of charge in Ghana. However, many children are still missing critical immunizations because of misinformation, delayed healthcare seeking, and practical challenges faced by families. A recent analysis cited by health professionals found that only 56.45% of children aged between 12 and 35 months are fully vaccinated, according to Ghana's National Immunization Schedule. The findings also revealed major disparities in vaccination coverage across regions. Dr. Sandra Kwartin Owusu, a pediatric pulmonologist and associate professor at KNUST and Komfo-Anokye Teaching Hospital, said the low vaccination coverage continues to have devastating consequences for children and families. She explained that while some parents understand the importance of childhood immunization, others continue to delay or completely avoid vaccination due to fear, uncertainty, and false information circulating within communities. Health professionals warn that declining confidence in vaccines since the COVID-19 pandemic has contributed to reduced uptake of routine childhood immunization services in several communities.
Also, the Greater Accra Market Association has urged the public to continue accepting coins in daily transactions, warning that their rejection is contributing to raising price of goods and services.
According to the association, the continued refusal of small denomination coins is creating difficulties in giving change, a situation it believes is forcing traders to adjust prices upwards. Speaking on the matter, the president of the Greater Accra Markets Association, GAMA, who also serves as the market queen of Makola, Na Afrewa Dade Pedria, appealed to the public to accept coins as legal tender. She also called on the central bank to ensure the continuous circulation and availability of the 20 pesewa and 10 pesewa coins within the monetary system. She explained that when traders are unable to obtain smaller coins for change, they are often left with no option but to round up prices, a practice she warned could have broader implications for consumer pricing. GAMA is therefore calling on the public to support the circulation of coins, stressing that they remain legal tender and are still in use within the economy.
We want to tell Ghanaian public, please, Governor of Bank of Ghana, the coins are still in existence because it's the coins that they are removing out of the system that is adding up to some things. Because if they say ice water is 30 pesewas, where will you get the change? If they say it's 50, how? So presently, from 50 pesewas, if you don't take care, they will add another 50, which is 100% increase. So if the coins is in existence, the person knows that if it is 40 pesewas and I sell it 40, I will get coins 60 pesewas to give us change. So let's get to the members that the coins are still in existence. Also, we want to raise an issue. Please, we are pleading with authorities. The economy, I told you, is for the market women because little drops of water make a mighty ocean. You will be in the store from morning to evening. You may not sell anything. But if I'm selling ice water, mango, by all means, somebody will drink ice water.
Up next is business news. Do stay with us. The Minister of Energy, John Jinapor, says Ghana's power sector remains resilient despite recent operational setbacks and the technical challenges affecting electricity distribution across the country. Ghana Investment Report says.
Speaking at the Government Accountability Series in Accra on Monday, April 27, the minister addressed recent developments in the energy sector, including disruptions linked to infrastructure failures and leadership changes within key power institutions. He explained that the second challenge relates to long-standing technical difficulties within the power distribution system, including aging infrastructure. His remarks come in the wake of growing public concern over stability in electricity supply following incidents such as the fire at the Akosombo Power Control Center and recent management changes within the Electricity Company of Ghana, ECG, in the Ashanti region. The briefing also follows his directive for the Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Grid Company, GRIDCO, to step aside to allow investigations into the Akosombo incident, which caused disruptions to parts of the national grid and triggered power outages in several regions. Despite these challenges, Mr. Jinapor maintained that the overall direction of the sector remains positive. He assured that the government is committed to addressing the issues confronting the sector and restoring full stability.
To address the situation. And we have since been doing that right from the day I visited the plant and all the periodic updates that we've been providing. Let me also state clearly that disasters of this nature are neither predictable nor entirely preventable. And even in advanced countries, sometimes they face challenges. However, what remains within our control is the speed, the coordination, the honesty, and the determination with which we respond to these challenges. In our attempt to swiftly restore power, safety would remain paramount. The safety of the engineers is very, very critical. We can't afford to lose even one soul or sustain any injury. And so this work ought to be done diligently, meticulously, in accordance with safety standards. We would move with alacrity, we will move swiftly, but we will not seek to cut corners. To get to the root cause of this incident, as Minister for the sector, I've constituted a technical team chaired by the Venerable Engineer Williams Amuna to conduct a thorough and independent investigation into the incident. They will focus on the technical issues and come up with a report in 2 weeks.
Stay with us for some sports news. President of the Ghana Football Association, Kurt Okraku, has confirmed that Ghana will host the 2027 Under-20 African Cup of Nations.
The announcement was made on Sunday, April 26, 2026, via a post on his official Facebook page. Ghana will be hosting the tournament for the first time in nearly 3 decades, having last staged the competition, then known as the African Youth Championship, in 1999. On that occasion, the Black Satellites reached the final but finished as runners-up to Nigeria. Since then, Ghana has remained a strong force in the competition, most recently winning their 4th title in 2021. However, the country has not had the opportunity to host the tournament again until now. The confirmation marks a significant milestone for Ghana football, as preparations are expected to begin towards staging a successful continental tournament in 2027.
Let's do some entertainment news. Ghanaian rapper Sarkodie has described as insulting questions that portray music as a venture that is not serious.
In a recent Facebook post, the award-winning artist took issue with people who ask creatives what proper business they do apart from music. His comments have since sparked conversation online, with many in the creative space echoing his sentiments on the need to accord music and other arts forms the same level of respect as traditional professions. Many people, mostly out of ignorance, have placed music and the arts at a very low level in the business ecosystem. Although a major contributor to the economy, the sector is still widely undervalued, with its seriousness and impact often overlooked within the wider orange economy. Sarkodie's remarks come at a time when Ghana's music industry continues to expand its global reach, contributing significantly to the country's creative economy while providing employment and investment opportunities for young people. Over the years, the rapper has built a brand that stretches beyond music into endorsements and entrepreneurship, reinforcing his argument that a music career can stand on its own as a viable and structured business path.
Up next is international news. After a weekend of coordinated attacks across Mali by separatist fighters and Islamist militants, Russian forces who are in the country helping protect the military government have confirmed they have pulled out of the northern city of Kidal.
In a series of social media posts, Russia's Africa Corps said they had left the locality along with Malian troops. The separatist Azawad Liberation Front group said on Sunday the Russian troops had agreed to withdraw permanently and claimed control of Kidal, declaring it now free. Mali has faced insurgencies for years from the separatists in the north and groups affiliated with the Al-Qaeda and the Islamic State group. On Saturday, explosions and sustained gunfire were reported in multiple parts of Mali, including the capital, Bamako. Attacks were also reported in the central cities of Sévaré and Mopti, as well as Gao and Kidal in the north on the southern fringes of the Sahara Desert. In Kati, a town near the capital and home to a majority military base, Malian Defense Minister Sadio Kamara was killed in an apparent suicide track bombing on his residence. Reports suggest the assault by the FLA, who seek a breakaway state for northern areas dominated by ethnic Tuaregs, was primarily focused on cities in the region, while the jihadist group Jamaat Nusrat al-Islam wal Muslim had staged simultaneous attacks in multiple areas. The Alliance of Sahel States, comprising Mali and the neighboring countries of Burkina Faso and Niger, also led by the military, said the attacks were a monstrous plot backed by the enemies of the liberation of the Sahel, but did not go into any further detail. Fighting resumed in Kidal on Sunday, but shortly afterwards, FLA spokesman Mohamed El Malaud Ramadani said an agreement had been reached between them and the Russian Africa Corps with a view to ensuring their secure withdrawal from the fighting.
That's all for Mega News at 6. Before we go, a recap of the major headlines. President Mahama praises Garmanche's resilience at Thanksgiving service after Oti region accident. Business, energy sector resilience despite recent power outages. And international news, Russian fighters confirm withdrawal from northern Mali city after separatist attacks. Thank you for watching. For more updates, stay connected with us on Facebook and YouTube at MBN 360. I am Diana Mamle Sakite. Have a pleasant evening.